Elementary. How is everyone? Missing you guys. We're just going to get started so that we can not make this too long of a video. But I wanted to do some songs on here too, because what's chapel without doing songs and the story? So we're going to do some of both. So let's start out with I'm in right, out right, up right, down right. So stand up. You know we can't do that sitting because we have to use our bodies. So let's do that together. Ready? I'm in right, out right, up right, down right, happy all the time. I'm in right, out right, up right. I know I usually give you the first one to get used to it, but I decided not to give you the first one. Down right. Hold it. Do not stand. You're not allowed. If I'm squatting, you're squatting. You feel the burn? Happy all the time since Jesus Christ came in and cleansed my heart from sin. I'm in right, out right, up right, down right, happy all the time. Good, one more time. I'm in right, out right, up right, down right, happy all the time. I'm in right, out right, up right, down right, happy all the time since Jesus Christ came in. And don't get ahead of me. Cleanse my heart from sin. I'm in right, out right, up right, down right, happy all the time. Okay, good job. All right, let's try Jesus love is a bubbling over. 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 Hallelujah. Ooh, love is a bubbling over. Ooh, love is a bubbling over. Ooh, love is a bubbling over. Hallelujah. Ooh, ah, bubbling over. Ooh, ah, bubbling over. Ooh, ah, bubbling over. Hallelujah. Ooh, ah, shh, over. Ooh, ah, shh, over. Ooh, ah, shh, over. Hallelujah. Ooh, ah, shh, woo. Ooh, ah, shh, woo. Ooh, ah, shh, woo. Hallelujah. Bubble, 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 bubbling over. I almost forgot. Okay, start that better again. I'm sorry. Bubble, 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 bubbling over. Bubble, 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 bubbling over. Bubble, 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 bubbling over. Hallelujah. Oh, I don't know why I missed that one. All right, good job, good singing. Well, we're going to get right into our story, just so that we can make sure to have enough time to go through it and be able to talk through it as well. So I'm going to read another story from Grandma's Gospels. And we know what this time of year is. It's Thanksgiving time, and that's why we're getting ready to have a wonderful week next week where we're celebrating Thanksgiving and remembering all the wonderful things that God has done for us. But hopefully we don't just do it on Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can remember to do it way more often than that. But we're going to talk about a story, an attitude of gratitude. And there's going to be some things from Joshua, the book of Joshua, and the book of 1 Samuel in God's Word that we're going to go through. The summer sky was bright and clear at the lake, a perfect spot for the family reunion. Josh and Katie were having fun swimming and canoeing with their cousins. "This is great," laughed Katie. "I wish we could stay here all summer." "Yeah, this is a cool place," agreed Josh, examining a squirming turtle he and his cousin had just caught. "I see you're counting your blessings," smiled Grandma, returning from a hike. "We have so many. We need to remember blessings like this. Do you know how people in the Bible remembered God's blessings? They didn't have computers or sticky notes, and many of them couldn't even read or write." So what's he got there? He's got his turtle that he's looking at. How fun, right? There was no television. I know you guys would go crazy, right? No newspapers or magazines, and no pencils or paper for ordinary people, said Grandma, taking off her shoes and wading into the cool water. Storytellers memorized stories and passed on important things that happened in people's lives. But there was one very special way for people to remember their blessings. They used memory stones. Let me tell you about these stones. So there's Grandma sharing her story with her grandkids. Oh, sorry, I'm taking forever to turn the page. Joshua was a brave soldier. He led thousands of Israelites across the wilderness to a new home. During their long journey, they came to the Jordan River. It was harvest season, and the water was too high for them to go across the raging river safely. Joshua prayed to God for help. God told Joshua that he would perform a miracle so that all the people could cross the river. Joshua had the people choose 12 leaders, one from each Israelite tribe. They and the priests would go into the wild river in the morning. So there's Joshua and the children of Israel. Early the next morning, Joshua sent the 12 leaders and the priests who carried the ark of God down to the swirling water. Carried the ark of God down to the swirling river. As their toes touched the water, way up the river, the water suddenly stopped flowing as though held back by a dam. The priest stood in the middle of the river holding the ark of God as the people hurriedly passed across to the other side. All the people were amazed and praised God as they walked across the dry and stony riverbed. All of a sudden, the waters were stopped up and the people could walk across on dry land, as if there was not any water there. Then Joshua told each of the leaders to take a large stone from the middle of the riverbed. That night, they put the stones in a pile and made a special monument where the people camped. So they went across, and then the special leaders went back to the middle of the river, and they carried these huge, heavy stones back out of the river, and they put them on land and made a special monument. We will use these stones to help us remember God's blessing in getting us across the river, Joshua said. Later on, whenever your children see the stones and ask about them, you must tell them. Because they knew people are going to go, what are all those stones doing there? What does that even mean? Why are they there? And then they could say, oh, that was the time that God helped us to get across the raging waters and we were able to get there safely. So Joshua had the men go back and get the stones and put them here as a memorial. They are to remind us of God's amazing miracle when he stopped the waters of the Jordan River so we could cross. So see, they've got all the stones piled up so that it could be a remembrance. Then Joshua built another monument of stones right in the middle of the dry riverbed. Just as he finished and came out of the river, the water poured back into the riverbed again and overflowed the riverbanks. So not only did he do that on land, but look, right in the middle of the river, he also built another bit of stone. And once he stepped out of that riverbed, all the water went and went right back into the Jordan River. Many years later, another godly man named Samuel was in a fierce battle with the Philistines. They were the same people who used Goliath, the giant, to fight against young David. Do you think that David kept the stone he used to kill Goliath as a reminder of God's blessings? That's what they did back then, so maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, the powerful Philistine army was fierce and well-armed with fast chariots, iron swords, and spears. They were coming to attack the frightened Israelites who were much weaker. Look at how mean they look. I wouldn't want to be meeting up with them anywhere in a dark alley or anything, right? So they just knew, oh, we're going to win. The Israelites, they're weak. They can't win. Samuel was giving an offering to God when the Philistines attacked. During the fierce battle, God called out in a mighty voice like thunder. This scared and confused the Philistine army so badly that the Israelites easily beat them. The Israelites were courageous, knowing that God was with them and was blessing them. They chased the Philistine army across 2 villages. The Philistines were so scared of the Lord that they didn't bother the Israelites for the rest of Samuel's life. They came marching in like bosses, like, oh, we got this. This is easy. Those guys are weaklings. We can take them. And then God showed his power and was helping the Israelites to beat them. And now they were super afraid of the Israelites and would not bother them again. For at least for as long as Samuel was alive, they did not bother the Israelites again. And you can see Samuel there praying. After winning the battle, Samuel built a large stone monument called Ebenezer, which means stone of help. Every time the people saw it, they were reminded to count their blessings. God had saved them. The monument helped them not to worry about the future, because whenever things got tough, they were reminded that God had helped them in the past. They looked at that stone and they would go, oh yeah, that's right. Look what God did. He did that. And if he could do that, and we can remember that, and he can help us, even when things get really tough and it seems like we're never going to be able to make it through. Let's have some way of remembering what God did. When Grandma finished the story, Josh and Katie and their cousins got together and planned something special. Everyone in the family took turns putting rocks on a pile beside the lake. As they tossed in their stones, they each shared a blessing that God had given them that year. I'm thankful for my family, said Katie. I'm thankful for the missions trip I went on, Josh added. Creating a pile of memory stones became a tradition. Every year at the family reunion, the pile of stones grew larger as the families practiced being thankful. And as Josh said, having an attitude of gratitude. Awesome, right? What a neat thing to be able to do. So the Bible talks about saying it's a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praises to our God. And that is something that we as Christians should be doing all of the time. So many times we forget to be thankful when the hard times come. I know that's one of my things. I forget to say, thank you, God, for all of the things that you have done for me. So when this really hard and rough thing happens, I know that you're going to help me again because you've helped me before. And I can remember those things. The Bible also says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Oh, that's a good song we haven't sung in a while. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice. And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice. And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Good. So that's another song that you can remember. I need to rejoice. I need to be thankful. Even when things are not what I think they should be, they're not as good as I want them to be. This is not the ideal. This is not how I planned for things to happen this year in my life. I wasn't planning it to go this way, or I wasn't planning for this sad thing to happen, or for this person to get sick, or for whatever. Whatever things that are happening, let's remember all of the good things that God has done. So they had some ideas in the back of the book here, that in the back of the story, that I just thought were so good. This one right here, try thanking God for something every morning before you even get out of bed. That will change our minds. I think I'm going to try to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but every morning when you get out of bed, before you even get out of bed, think, what can I thank God for right now? Because if we wake up and we think thankful thoughts instead of, oh, I don't want to get up, I don't like the day, oh, it's cloudy, oh, it's sunny, oh, it's cold, oh, it's hot, we can always complain, but what can we find to be thankful for? Get up out of bed, and think, what can I thank God for today? What wonderful thing. And you shouldn't repeat them. So this is another thing that I was challenging, and this is what they said: see how long a list you can make of things you're thankful for. Well, one of the things that I challenged my third graders, so maybe you guys want to take on the challenge as well, is I told them to find, like, it'd be better if you could find 3x5 cards or heavy paper and write on, several pieces of heavy paper or 3x5 cards or something like that. Write things that you're thankful for. You can't repeat them, though. You can't say my brother and my brother and my brother. I know most of you aren't going to say that, which is sad, because you should say your brothers and sisters, be thankful for them. But your dog, or, you can't say your dog 5 times. No, but your dog or your house or your car or, your food. Think about all of the different things and try to think of some things that people, don't always say, or something that may be specific to you and your house and your family. Think of things that you can be thankful for, and think if you can make a long list. So what I challenge my third graders to do is to write as many as they can, and then to make either a really tall tower of all the things that they're thankful for, or to make a beautiful, something like a wreath or maybe a long chain, something that they can look back on, and another week they can go back and go, oh, those were all the things that I was thankful for, even during Corona. Yes, there are things to be thankful for. And do we remember those? Do we think about those even during the hard times? So that's something that I want to challenge you to do, is to think back. What are some things that you can be thankful for? And think of how many you can think of. Try to think of as many as you can to see if you can come up with a big, huge, long list of things to be thankful for. And we need to remember to be thankful, not just this time of year. It shouldn't be just for Thanksgiving, and then, after Thanksgiving, now I want all my stuff that I'm supposed to get for Christmas, and I don't care about being thankful anymore. I'll be thankful again next November. No, we ought to be thankful every single day. So start today. Well, you're already out of bed. So start tomorrow. Before you get out of bed, think of something to thank God for before you step out of your bed and get ready for your day. And then try to do that every single day afterwards, and see if you can keep that going for as long as you can. And I would love to know if you did, and if you tried that, and if you wrote some things down and made a beautiful something out of it that you could remember and look back on, like these memory stones, something strong and firm that you could remember. Maybe even just putting it on a piece of paper and putting it in a jar. I know some families do that. And then that way you can go back to that jar, start picking out those things and remembering things to be thankful for. Don't forget to give God praise and thanks for all the things that He's done. Even in the hard times, there's always something to be thankful for. So don't forget that. All right, I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that you just have a great time with family and friends, and we hope to see you very soon. Take it easy, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Bye.